Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm at the end of my week, and boy, oh boy, am I tired. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that is definitely the case today. Like I said, I am at the end of my week. It is finally the weekend. Woo! Woo! That's the woo noises you make when you're damn near 40. But yeah, man, man, it was a little bit of a rough one for me. Not too bad or anything, but I was coming back from dealing with an infection, so I had like a week off, and then I had to come back into it, and boy, oh boy, was I just done by the end of the week. So I decided I'd go out with the start of the weekend, treat myself a little bit. Went out to Dunkin. I just got through reviewing their Pink Spritz Refresher. Go watch that review. And they also had something else on offer that seemed pretty interesting. So, I'm reviewing, if I can get it out. Boom! This is their orange and vanilla donut. Donut. Yeah, man. I mean, I very rarely review actual Dunkin' or donuts from Dunkin', but I do review plenty of stuff from Dunkin'. So much so I have an entire playlist called Dunkin' Sampler Platter Reviews. So if you're interested in my opinion for the last few years about the state of Dunkin' Donuts, that's the playlist for you. Let's try out one of their donuts. Ooh. Very orange. Okay. Okay. I was really vibing with it till about like 3/4 of the way through. I got hit with a little something. I'm not sure if I was into that or not. Because here's the thing. Mostly what it tastes like is basically like a creamsicle or a dreamsicle or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's a mix of orange and vanilla flavors. We know that those flavors work well together. For fuck's sake, there's an entire candy called Cream Savers, which I've reviewed, by the way. You can go watch it. Just say it. That builds off of orange and cream. So we know that those two flavors work. I really like that aspect of it. And I think I even did like an orange and cream donut review from somewhere else, like Speedway or some shit, a couple years ago or something. This is a much more, from what I recall, much more vibrant orange. Like as soon as I bit into it, got hit with that orange flavor, which was really nice. And then, you've got the cream flavor to help kind of mellow it out. But then I got to about 3/4 of the way through, and the orange took on this weird sort of vibe where it kind of took on like an extra tanginess. And I don't know what that is for my taste buds. I don't know if that's them trying to add on like almost a little extra dimension to the orange flavor, because orange isn't just sweet. It has tanginess, it has acidity. It even has like a slight little bit of bitterness, if you get like some of the rind or something like that. That was kind of what my thought process was. Like maybe it's that. My other part of the thought process though was maybe that's just it tasting very chemically and it's almost like a detergent kind of taste. Let's go in for another bite. Love this part of it. The donut itself It's fine. It's a Dunkin' donut. It's not amazing, but gets the job done. It's moist on the inside. Right there. I think that's intentional. I don't think that's just like a chemical thing. I think they're actually trying to go over there and give it just a little extra kick at the end. Yeah, because, like, again, of course, part of the problem is a lot of, like, detergents and stuff like that are, like, citrus. Use, like, citrus as, like, a flavor. Don't drink detergents, by the way, but as, like, as a scent, so it kind of takes on that in our brains sometime. I think that's what kind of fooled my brain for a second, was like, this kind of tastes like something I'm used to smelling on varnish or something. Okay. Now that it's not catching me off guard as much, I think I'm down with it. I actually like that it gives it that little extra something at the end. That's actually pretty cool. Just that initial hit, it was like, I don't know what's going on. Can you tell I'm at the end of my week? I feel like you can tell I'm at the end of my week. Okay. Well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes. I like this. Even though I was a little bit apprehensive at first, the more I've had it, the more I like it. I appreciate what it's doing. I like the fact that, it's already an orange, dreamsicle flavor kind of thing. Again, vanilla and orange blend very well as flavors. That element's really nice. I like the vibrancy of the orange flavor. I think that's actually really cool and impressive on Dunkin's part. And then moreover, I actually do like that extra hit at the end. Because it goes over there, it gives you a little something extra to think about. It doesn't linger for too long, but it just hits you kind of at the end, creates a little contrast. If you watch my channel, you know I like contrasting flavors. I like that a lot, actually. That is something where, there's not too many donuts that I go out of my way for. Boston cream is my favorite. I'll eat a Boston cream any day of the fucking week. Cruller every now and again, But especially when it comes to like new donuts, you really have to impress me for me to be like, you know what, I need to go back for that. This is one where I'm going to say that, yeah, I want another one of these. So that's why if I'm recommending it, I am absolutely recommending it. And if you're watching this review, then hopefully you have the benefit of my experience to help coach you through it. So that when you go over there and you try it out, if you are hit with that little extra bit of tanginess at the end, maybe unlike me, you won't be like, wait a second now, why does it almost taste like I'm drinking detergent? And let's be honest, like, that's not how detergent would taste. Not that I know how detergent tastes. I feel like I'm giving off the impression that at some point in my life I drank detergent, and I didn't. I've drank a lot of weird things. I've eaten a lot of weird stuff. I was that weird kid in school, back in like my grade school days. But never drank detergent, to my knowledge. But anyway. But no, it's really tasty, and like, it's cool. I like the fact that I feels like Dunkin put a little effort into this one. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly don't drink detergent-tastic rest of your life. I cannot emphasize that enough. That might be the most poignant tastic thing I've ever done in part of my outro in any of these videos. Don't drink detergent. Regardless of what some people in 2020 were fucking telling you. Yeah. I didn't forget that. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, I completely lost track. My brain went, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Let's be better to ourselves and those around us. There we go. I'm at the end of my week, folks. I'm done. Very final thing, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. First of all, don't drink detergent. I can't emphasize that enough. Second of all, if you're going to go over there and do a YouTube show, make sure that you're in a good headspace to do your YouTube review show properly, because sometimes you're just tired and out of it and maybe shouldn't have done reviews. I have another one I'm doing after this, so we'll see how that goes.